Welcome to the latest episode of Platform Podcast. Today's guest is Mick Casals. I have been a huge fan of the Texas scene for years. I've championed it ever since I started Wheel Scene. It goes right back to my love of people like Arlo and Shane Scour, and then in later years, people like Chase Rushing and Micah Yeager, right up until the most recent generations with people like Mason Richard and Andrew Broom and all the guys that are in Candy. And right at the heart of that is Mick Casals. If you have seen Waterloo or Candy or Ends, numerous Aunt Medina videos, you will have seen Mick's undeniably unique, creative, technical skating. He just pulls surprises out of the bag, left, right, and center. He looks so controlled on skates. He's got a really good eye for spots and just got immense creativity. Earlier in the year, or maybe the end of last year, he had a pro wheel from Bloom, not a pro skate, although I would like to see him have a pro skate. He's been rocking Rosie's for ages, but I don't think he's actually getting hooked up with them. I think he's just a really big fan of the brand. And on top of that, he is about to move to Colorado. I think he's going to live out of a van for a while and then move up there, which then he can hang about with the Come Down guys and everyone else that's kind of migrated from Texas up to Colorado. So quite a few things to speak about. I've been wanting to talk to him for a while, but I just wanted a good excuse to do it. And now that the new Aunt Medina video Ends is out, perfect reason. Before we go any further, just want to thank my Patreon supporters. If you would like to support this channel, you can join the Patreon for as little as £3 a month. You'll get exclusive access to videos, photos, sneak peeks, teasers, things coming out before they go on the YouTube channel and on the social media account. So yeah, have a look. Now that I've got that shameless self-promotion out of the way, which makes me a little bit disgusted with myself, cue the music.
The platform. The platform. The platform. The platform.
What's up?
I think we're in business.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine and well. Have they put you up to that wearing the Come Down t-shirt? They say you have to give the subliminal promotion.
Ooh, no, I was doing some carpentry stuff earlier, so I changed, and this was the shirt I picked. Got to support the boys.
All right, okay. How many of the Texas guys are actually up in Colorado now? I feel like there's quite a few of them there.
I mean, yeah, a lot. Even most of the guys that are in Denver are from here anyways. Like, you got Foogie and Jared and
yeah.
Even for a little while.
There's got to be like 5 of them at least now.
Oh,
no?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Soon I'll be one of them, I think.
All you guys just really wanting to escape the good weather of Texas for the shitty weather of Colorado.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. I love how you get blessed with like good nature and you guys decide to spurn it and go to places that actually have like rainy seasons and snow and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's good nature here, but you can't visit any of it because it's all privately owned.
Ah, right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Texas has like no, there's some state parks, but you have to reserve stuff, and there's no national parks in Texas. Everything's all like barbed wire fences and ranches.
All right. I was not aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks. You don't really get like a lot of outdoor stuff unless you go to very little spots.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. There you
or
go.
If you know somebody who has the land.
if you've got rich, wealthy friends. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Congratulations on the new section. I just watched Ends for the second time today because it came out on Monday. Is that right?
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah, I managed to watch it managed to watch half of it on the phone, then get interrupted by my daughter, and I was like, right, that's not happening. And then watched from like Ant's section onwards, and I was like, this isn't going to cut it. So today managed to finally sit down and watch the whole thing on like a proper size screen.
Nice.
It's quicker than Candy. It's shorter, but the skating in it was woofed.
I think it's almost like the exact same length, actually.
Is it?
But it just
it
goes
feels
by
like
fast.
it flows faster. Yeah.
I don't know. Ant's just good, I guess, like that.
Okay. You had some. Actually, it doesn't matter if I give it away because I'm describing it. I'm not actually showing it, so it's not the same thing. I like the front royale to like wall stop to like zero Macchio back full cab out. It was like total
Oh yeah.
misdirection. You're like, oh, he's gonna gap onto that wall. Oh no, he's not. He's gonna stall the wall and like blindly grind in the opposite direction. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Didn't see that one coming. What was the other one? There was something else I really liked. Oh, the the ledge with like the rail going, I guess, horizontally across it, and you like do soul switch, soul stall, 360 soul.
Um.
Is that
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
I
right.
love how I'm reminding you, and you're like, oh yeah, yeah, that one.
Well, that one was a pretty long time ago, kind of towards the beginning, but you can't tell in the clip. But there's also like a really low ceiling. Like nobody else can really do a spin underneath that thing. I'm only like 5'4", so I
Right.
managed to squeeze through. But yeah, it's also tiny spot to go through. Yeah.
Ant's tiny as well. Ant could get a trick on it. He could gap over the rail to ground it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah.
You've got a thing about low roofs because in your Bloom promo as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure I remember messaging about it going, what the hell's with the, I think it's a Royale you do or a back rail or something you do around a curve thing and ants lurking in the background. And the roof
Oh
is
yeah.
like, the roof is like head chopper height.
Yeah. Speaking of small stuff, that was the thing. The only other person that skated it with me was Ant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's,
one was way small. Yeah.
I would
Dangerous.
be, yeah. If we pulled up to that spot, I'd be like, nope, I'm like 5'11.
That's
I'm not touching
pretty
that
much
stuff.
everybody else was like, nope, they just watched.
So like, see, with approaching this video, was it like any different to the first time round, or like, did you decide after? Did you like watch your section back in the previous video and were like, I want to do this time, or I want to do something different, or like,
um,
or was there any thought process going into it at all? Like,
no, I don't think so. It's just we were kind of riding a high from Candy coming out, and we just went right back into skating. Realized we were kind of filming again, and just made it.
I love how Ant was like, that's the last video. I'm never doing another one. Fuck,
Yeah,
I hate doing full lengths. And then pretty much straight away, you guys just started
just
another
started
full
again.
length video. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, right back into the same amount of whatever stress comes with dragging a crew around every weekend.
Is it stress though? Because I feel like you guys would hang about anyway, whether you're making a video or not. So
Probably, but I don't know. I guess some people take it more seriously than others.
who takes it more seriously than others?
I don't know. Probably me, or like I'll get annoyed if people aren't like ready to go and stuff. But I usually keep it to myself anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think I tried to do anything differently. Just try to find new spots in a place we've been skating for 15 years or whatever.
But you know, like Texas, and where is it primarily you were filming? Like Austin?
Austin, yeah, mostly.
Austin's a pretty big place though, isn't it? I'm sure they're developing new stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's changing like so fast. So there's a lot of new stuff for sure. They build, there's currently like probably 5 skyscrapers under construction right now, maybe even more.
Yeah. Plus, I would say that in a couple of the tricks you went bigger this time. You stomped a couple of pretty high gaps. Like especially the last one was like.
Yeah, the one with the little skinny roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was big. We went there and I was trying to get Andrew to do something, and he was like, "Well, I'm just gonna do a 180, so I don't really think it's worth it." And I was like, "Well, you think I could stomp that out?" And he's like, "You got it, dude. You got it." And yeah, first try, that was it, one and done.
Oh, right. Hey, that's the dream. You don't want to have to put your knees and heels through that over and over. Yeah, that's
it's a scary one because there's not a lot of roll away. You go straight into the hill on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
All right.
I used to drive by it at work like every single day, just look at it every single day. So
nice. So were there any, like, what's your favorite trick from the section? Which ones were you like I wanted to tick those off for ages, or you're most proud of?
For me, I don't know. I think it's hard to even remember what was in there. That the big intro one, like just the topsoul to land and then wall ride.
Yeah.
It wasn't like anything special, but it was just a big spot that no one had ever skated, and no one ever wanted to. I tried to get people to do stuff, and that day I had my buddy Caleb go over there with me so I could like scope it out while they were skating like around the corner, and yeah, it was a big one. Tried a few times. It was too fast. So I actually took the metal frames off and put plastic ones on.
Right. Okay.
And didn't wax it. And it was like slowed down just enough to be able to pull it off.
Also, I can't imagine that many people are like, hey, do you want to skate this like pretty sizable double set? Do you want to just keep gapping over this? Or like, and everyone else could be like, no, not really.
No. Yeah, no, they're skating like a knee-high rail around the corner. No one was interested. That one was good. There's like few in there that was it like a 270 back rail to top horn to alley ball ride. That one was pretty cool. I didn't really have like an idea of it. I was just trying to do stuff I don't usually do. I don't do switch ups hardly ever, and I don't.
Is that true? I don't feel.
I mean, I don't think so, but
okay. All right.
I'm not a rail skater, really. To me, like I don't like rails. I don't like handrails. I don't like stair rails. Like I don't like that stuff. So,
your Waterloo section has got a ton of handrails in it. In fact, I quite clearly remember you doing an alley oop. What is it? Oh God, what are those called? Christ Macchios? Is that what you call it? Alley oop Christ Macchio full cab out? Because I was like, I don't remember seeing anyone else do that.
All the alley-oop stuff is like safety for me for some reason. And yeah, that was a pretty chill little rail. But back then, that was definitely pushing what I was like comfortable doing.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the impact like on the aluminium frames? Because I can't imagine doing gaps in those is a fun time at all.
I think it took me a while. I don't know. Like I have really big shock absorbers from they're like Vans skateboarding shock absorbers. Right. They're under my liner, like in my boot.
So you've got a raised heel boot, and then you've just gone and shoved a shock absorber in there as well. That must be the weirdest feeling skate.
They're a little tall, but I don't know. They're not good for gaps. That's for sure. Not at all.
Right.
But I don't know. You make it work.
Okay.
Try.
I also couldn't help but notice you were skating those. What are those called? The like lemon M12s.
Yeah.
What are they called?
I don't know what they were called. Really yellow.
Yeah,
really
big bird skates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you buy those?
No, I did not buy those.
Good, because if you did, I would feel the need to give you a hard time about that.
I thought they were cool when they came out. I've always had like yellow has always been like a color that I like, but maybe more like marigold, not like bright yellow like that.
Yeah.
And I said something about them being cool or something when they came out, and Kirill actually had bought them and had them sent to me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But I liked them. I skated them until I wore them out. I think we were mid filming when I got them, so I went through them quick, and then I was pretty ready to get the bright colors off my feet once I like tore up the sole plate. I didn't try to hang on to them.
Okay. If they're a gift, I'll let it slide. I'll let it pass on that.
And the bobbies too, the same thing. I think Kirill got me those, but I liked the little like the lavender. That was nice.
I like that color. See, that's subtle. I'm okay with that. And
those yellow ones were bright.
The yellow ones are like that's verging on like 90s quite in your face.
You know when you have like a white skate and it seems when you look down at your feet they look so big, like it's like space boot, kind of thing. Those were like 10 times worse, I swear.
See, I'm a size 10, so I can't do that. Anything that makes my foot look bigger is just a massive no. So
no.
yeah, I definitely don't want to be looking down at bright yellow skates. That's
great. Yeah, it was rough, but they were fun. They were good.
Oh, okay. You guys also broke Mason Richard. What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was just. He was killing it in Candy, had the ender section, stomping away, and then you guys broke him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he broke himself. He pushes so hard whenever he skates, and Candy was like such a huge, I don't know, thing to get through. He filmed with us a little bit, but I don't know what goes on in his head. But to me, it seemed like he always wants to do stuff bigger again, like even bigger. Or he was like, "Oh, I want to only do tricks I've never done before in this one." And it's like, that's just asking a lot of yourself, you know? So I think he just like, it gets to him too much to where he's like, it's not worth, you know, putting my effort into something like that whenever I'm just gonna, it's like I don't know, maybe even like an unhealthy way to skate, you know?
I definitely feel like he's like all or nothing. He's like, I'm either
Yeah.
pushing this as like to the most extreme that I can, or I'm just not participating. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. So most of the time he'd rather just hang out with us and like be there,
Right.
than like skate any of the stuff that we were skating.
Okay. So
But,
after he stopped skating, was he still hanging out with you guys, or no?
yeah, he was around quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how he's got hardly any clips in it, but the clips he does have in it is like 3 sole on a drop rail,
On a big
on
giant rail.
quite a disgusting looking drop rail. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good rail either. Like I was down there too. I actually went up to the top just to maybe skate it with him that day, and was like, I got nothing, man. This is all you. I'm just gonna go get the camera and take a photo.
Yeah, that's a royale. As far as I'm, places like that are a royale spot. They're a just do something to get down it, and that don't try anything fancy. Don't
Yeah.
push your luck. Just
I don't know how he could re-sole from there because the run up is like is so short. It's like 5 feet or something. I don't know, but yeah, of course.
It looks like he just takes one step and goes, right, time to spin. That's some
I think-
Carlos Bernal stuff. That's
I think he wanted to 3-sole wall ride, and he ended up not.
Yep, that would have been even better. Yep, I'll give him that. Yeah, okay.
But that's what I mean. He's always trying to push so hard. It's like that's probably why.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
How long have you guys all been like hanging out and doing stuff together now? Because was Waterloo the first one at Ant's videos you were in? I can't remember.
Yeah, Waterloo was the beginning.
Right.
So I moved to Austin in like 2009, maybe around then, and there wasn't really like a group of people skating together then. It was like there's some Monday night skates that I would go to, and then and I was kind of oblivious to what any other crews were around at the time. I was just like doing my thing. Had a girlfriend in Austin, going to Monday night skate, and then Cody moved to Austin maybe a year or two later. Cody Sanders.
Yeah.
And running into him a few times at skate parks or whatever, he was the one that like got me to come and hang out with the other people. It was like Heath and I don't remember who else, but like Cody got me to come and kick it. And that was when I started hanging out with Heath and Cody and whoever else was in the crew back then in Waterloo. I don't even remember. It's like, it feels like so long ago, but
I mean,
that
like over a decade, closer to, yeah.
It was 2012, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah. What was it? What did you ask me again?
Just like how long you guys, because it kind of it doesn't feel like you guys are just a bunch of people who skate together, because I see y'all like hanging out and at weekends when you're not clearly not skating. You guys are out just getting pissed or like going swimming or whatever. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, that was when it all started. Basically, was when for me, when Cody got me to move or got me to hang out, and that was right when he moved to Austin too. So I think that's when it all started for him. I think that he's kind of the guy that got everyone to hang out together anyways.
Okay.
So it's probably when it all just started falling together. And then, yeah, Waterloo was, I don't know. We just were skating a lot. I think the Ant was filming some stuff because he always made whatever edits. And then, yeah, that one just fell together. I think Cody convinced him to like give me a section.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because they were wrapping up DAG days, I guess. If you remember, Cody actually had a section in that one. So that after that, I guess, was when, I don't know, all the rest of it started. So about that long, over 10 years now.
Okay. And tell me about Big Perp.
Big Perp.
What do we need to know about Big Perp?
Did he put you up to that or what?
Let's just say I've got a photo that's definitely accompanying this podcast.
Nice.
I've got 2 photos actually, but yeah.
There was like a time period where I just thought it was fucking hilarious to wear like all one color. So I had like red jeans and a red shirt, or like blue jeans and a blue shirt. And some of them I had shoes to match too. And then one of the few times or whatever that I had purple shoes, purple pants, purple shirt was when Cody was around, and he just started calling me Big Perp all the time. And that name for some reason stuck forever. Like
that's a good nickname. There's worse nicknames to have than Big Perp. Yeah.
They were like the suede purple like loafers they were awful, and like purple jeans and a purple shirt. And that was it. That's it.
Did you think it was hilarious, or did you look in the mirror before you left the house going, I look the shit? Like, I feel like that's some kind of
I don't think it was like I'm fucking good looking right now. I just think it was really funny. I've always been like I don't know, whatever, stupid, against the grain shit like that.
That feels like a kind of like Jack White inspired move, when the White Stripes used to do the like all dressed in red stuff.
Yeah, I definitely didn't think it was cool.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And did put me up to it, and I was like, I can't actually picture this. I was like, because I think of you as wearing like tight jeans and tight t-shirt, and I'm like, Vinnie Minton used to do like the all one color thing, and I'm like, is this just going to look like a skinny white Vinnie Minton? Is that what I'm going to be looking at? And yeah, then he sent me some photos, and I was like, oh, now I get it. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
You must have get hazed hard, because those guys shit talk on each other big time. Like I've seen some of the screenshots. You must have got a rough time.
I don't know if I did. If I did, I either didn't notice or didn't care, but I feel like it was always fine. Never had any problems at all, but not that it would actually be a problem if they did. Okay. But no, I don't know. I don't think so. They probably talked a ton of shit. Maybe I'm just immune to it. I don't know.
Right. Who's the biggest like wind up merchant in the group? Who's the biggest shit talker? The one that gives people, like, lays into people the most?
It's Ant.
See, I kind of feel like Andrew Broom might be up there. He strikes me as someone with a big mouth.
Yeah, I think he grew into it because in the beginning, like, he moved to Austin. He was like 16, so he was the target of everything,
Yeah. But I mean, in like recent years, I feel like he's the one that, I don't know. I've seen him poking fun at Jan Welch a few times over the years, and I don't know. I think in person,
it's a Texas thing. We are all bad about it, like everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of the memes that have come out of that group, and yeah, they're very entertaining. Very. Ant's forwarded me a few over the years that's had me.
I've never made any memes, but yeah, there's definitely been some, and I think they've been circulated as well under like anonymous things.
I like it. Yeah. So we've got the biggest shit. Who's like the one that organizes everyone and gets them all together and like says like we're hitting these spots, or finds spots for people, or like, I don't know, just corrals everyone to make sure that stuff gets done?
I think in the beginning, like I said, Cody was just getting everyone to hang out together. But the past few videos, it just depends on day to day. A lot of the time it'd be me hitting up Ant, see if he's got any ideas, or if he didn't, I'd share some with him, and we'd try to make like a game plan around a certain area of town or whatever. But just depends. Sometimes I'll be like, man, Heath really needs clips. Let's just do all Heath's spots today and just go to whatever he wants to go to. Or, TK needs clips. Let's like, what kind of stuff is he going to do? Let's just go to stuff that we think he would like.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
that slam that Heath took off I don't know if it's an electrical box or what it is, the one where he
Yeah.
basically got clotheslined by the fence. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh man, they're so bad. It's
That
so
looked
during the
so
premiere,
sore. I'd have been like, I'm going home.
like, that part came on, and I turned around and Isaac was like right behind me laughing. And I was like, dude, I still have these on my phone. Like, there's like several of us that have the videos of that clip like on our phone, just like saved. And it's like I watch that shit when I'm having a bad day, dude. Like it's so good.
Yeah, you could 100% send that into one of those TV shows and get like
Oh
$200 or
yeah.
something so easy. It
Yeah, you
looks
can make money.
so violent. It's unreal. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
took the worst ones for sure.
Yeah, if you've not seen Ends yet, go out and buy it just to see Heath eating shit at the start of his section. It looks so sore.
Mm. Yeah, he takes it hard, but he manages to pull him off.
Also, I love how like unlucky he is, yet he's always looking for roofs. So like, I would figure if you're that accident prone and that, he kind of seems like the guy like if there's a hole, he's going to fall through it. But yet he decides, oh, I'm only going to skate off roofs, and you're like, given your accident prone nature, I'm not sure that's the best idea.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what he likes to do. I guess it's like it's all about that attitude for him.
His section was good as well. That one where what is it? He does the like rail hanging off the edge of a loading bay that looks all broken and bent up, and he does like topsoil on it, then hops like over the top of it. He like topsoils the underbar and then hops over the top, like over the drop.
Oh yeah, the last one.
That's like, no, I would not. I'd be like, I mean, he got tangled up in it a couple of times first, but that's like my worst nightmare. Like, I'd be like, no,
It's so dangerous. I don't know if you saw the same rail. Dan tried to
Dan ate
roll
shit on it
it
as well. Yeah,
and just took it so hard, and so he decides he's gonna grind the underbar and jump over this bouncy, awful thing.
yeah.
That's one of those tricks where like it's hard to watch. Like I don't want to see anything bad happen, But luckily, I was taking a photo, so I can look through my camera and like not look away. But
yeah,
yes,
and in your mind, you're just like, you're gonna clip the top. You're gonna clip the top and just like
it's so dangerous.
scorpion onto whoa, no.
Yeah, it's so bad.
That gives me I've never done that on a spot ever. Anything that's got a drop, I would not touch the under rail. I'm like, my stupid long legs would just
no chance.
get tangled. No, not
He
at all.
made it over though with like
did.
minimal whatever repercussions. He did pretty good.
It was very impressive. So I've heard, well, actually you told me you were planning on jumping ship and getting out of Texas, but that was months ago when I heard from you, and you still haven't left. So what's the hold up?
So the plan was like move out of Austin and stay at my dad's house for a little while and build. Me and my partner Nikki are building out a van so we could do a little bit of traveling.
Okay.
Turns out building out a van takes way longer than you think it's going to take.
Are you are you like a handyman, like do any kind of DIY stuff, or is this all
yeah, I know how to use a lot of tools and stuff like that. And my dad's an aircraft mechanic, so I was like, cool, I'm going to get some help. This is going to be easy. We're going to knock this out, no problem. As soon as I move here, he gets put on like 12 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week at work. And I'm like just building this van pretty much alone. Like she doesn't have experience with a lot of tools, so I'll give her easy jobs, but it's for a lot of them, it's like, it's just better if I just do it instead of teaching you how to use like whatever thing is in the garage.
Yeah.
And so it's just been, took way longer than I thought. Probably still going to be another 2 months before we're done. And then we're going to do like a little road trip, whatever amount of money we have. And then we're going to probably move to Denver.
So what's the plan for the road trip? Like where do you guys is there anything in particular you want to see, or?
Not really. Like we haven't planned it. We were going to kind of just go wherever we wanted to at the time. Originally we were going to do like California trip, and then the whole like gas thing went insane.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You've chosen quite an interesting time
Terrible timing. Yeah.
to burn through petrol. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's come back down quite a bit, so I think we'll be all right for a short trip. We've spent a lot of time here, so we've spent a lot more money. So our trip will be a little shorter than we planned for before, but it's all good. We'll get some national parks and stuff, some camping, and then when we start getting low on funds, go to Denver, get some jobs, become
Okay.
normal people again.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Ah, still relatively young, you know. Yeah. So like why Denver? Like what inspired like I'm
Um,
assuming you've been up there to visit the guys and skate and
oh
stuff.
yeah, for sure. Well, like we were saying, Texas doesn't really have a lot of access to outdoor stuff unless you're paying or you know someone who has the land or you're reserving your place at a state park a few months in advance because now there's so many people moving there. They're booked out like months in advance. And that's really the thing. Like I like to do all the outdoors kinds of things. She likes to do it. So just go live somewhere else. I've never also never lived outside of Texas. So
Right.
it's time to like move somewhere. If I don't like it in a few years, come right back, whatever. But
That's one of like I've visited the States a lot when I was a kid, because I've got family there, and it is quite funny the amount of people that you meet that have never left the state. Like no
yeah,
matter
some
like where
people,
we went, like if we went to like I don't know Michigan or Nebraska or whatever, and you'd hang out with people and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I've never," and I'm like, "What?" Like no, like as in, "Oh yeah, you've never lived outside the state," and they're like, "No, I've never left the state,"
yeah,
and I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like,
crazy.
"Where do you go on vacation?" Or like,
Americans don't take vacations.
well, I don't know, like stuff like that, and they're just like, "Oh, we'll go like here stuff," but it's always within the state, and I was like, "Wow,
Yeah,
okay," and that's when I don't know, you just kind of forget how lucky you are to live in Europe, where everything because the countries are so small,
yeah.
like you can
Well,
literally jump in a plane for an hour and be in a different country.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy, and I mean, it's also like y'all have better transportation. It's easier for you to go visit other places. I think
Potentially, yeah,
potentially.
depends.
Yeah,
I mean, we live in a tiny ass country, so yeah, the best mode of transportation is getting a plane out of it. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and we can drive from one side of our country to the other in like 2 hours, two and a
That's
half
pretty
hours.
good. That's
Like,
like how long. That's how far away I am from Austin right now.
yeah, like literally what? Yeah, like see if someone went, "Oh, do you want to come and visit?" I only live 3 hours away. I'd be like, no,
No, not a
that's wild.
chance.
No,
But yeah, no, I mean, but yeah, Colorado is just all the friends and then all the stuff that surrounds Denver. It's like, why not? It's a little expensive, but so is everywhere now. So,
but if it's more expensive, does that mean you'd be like, surely the rate of pay would be higher for
oh
more
yeah,
certain jobs? Yeah.
it's a lot better. It's also like it's a more democratic state or a blue state, I guess they would say. So the pay is just better over there anyway. Um,
Does that affect it?
Texas,
I didn't. I mean, I don't know
well,
enough about
Texas has
American
a lot
politics.
of like incentives for companies to start there, so they don't have like our minimum wage. I think is lower. Um, I don't know. There's all kinds of different right to work state. Like they can just get rid of you whenever they feel like it.
Right. Did not
Yeah,
realize that. Okay.
yeah. It's weird, but yeah. So I think people just get treated a little better in some of the other places, and also with like recent politics stuff. I think it's time for us to move somewhere else anyway. So,
What do you mean by recent politics stuff?
well, I mean, it's not even politics, but like um, them overturning Roe v. Wade and like our governor here basically putting abortion ban like in effect,
Yeah.
Um, and then there's just all kinds of other things. It's like just stacking more and more and more.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't affect me every day, but it's still like fuck. I gotta go somewhere else for a while. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not even. yeah, it's not even if it affects you directly. It's just the kind of the like ethics behind it can be like, well, do I want to grow up in a place like that? Or I don't know, if you decide you want to have kids one day, you're like, do I want my kids to grow up in that
Right.
environment, or like agreeing with that kind of thing? And yeah, so
Yeah, it's crazy. But also it's like that everywhere too. So it just depends, I guess. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to get too into it.
yeah, that's a really depressing topic. I'm definitely veering away from that.
Yeah.
So like, what has, now that the video is done and Ant's saying he doesn't want to do like another full length video. Well, we'll see how long that lasts, but he's
All
he's
right.
he's kind of adamant that this time it's going to be the last full length.
I think
What
so.
was there any discussion afterwards about, I don't know, like skate plans or anything like that you guys want to do afterwards? Does anyone have any motivation to, I don't know, film another part? Or I know Andrew Broom's got something coming out later in the year, or potentially a lot sooner than later, but yeah, everyone already knows about that, so it's not like I'm letting out a secret. But beyond that, because I imagine like people like Andrew Broom still seem motivated to potentially film parts. Like you seem like a very motivated skater in that kind of term. And then you've got people like Brandon Bobadilla, who he was in Europe over the summer. He was at like the Athens Blade House. He was up here in Scotland skating with a couple of my friends. It kind of seems like he would still be motivated to like film a street part as well.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if there's any talk about like continuing to make stuff. I'm sure, like you said, Andrew's going to make whatever he's going to make. But like I left Austin in May to move up here. So if they've been talking about it, then I don't know really. I think Cody is going to make some Curb Killer Click stuff, but that, might or might not happen.
I know he tried to make a full length before and got like bored halfway through and just stopped.
Right. Keeping Cody on one thing before he starts another thing is interesting.
Is that the issue? He just keeps getting wandering eyes.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, but I hope he makes some stuff. I know he's got clips like already sitting around. He's got some more Caleb clips. I think he has a few of me, but yeah, I don't know. As far as projects, I have no clue. I know the guys are going to skate still.
Yeah.
Street skating is one of those things that's like, for us, we never went street skating really without filming. So I don't know if they'll street skate or not. Like, I don't know. Feels weird to go out and skate street without a camera.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, because there's like quite a lot of jeopardy in some of the spots you're skating. Even if it's not like a hammer spot, you can still get like totally messed up just skating.
Yeah.
I don't know, like an out ledge or whatever. Or yeah, so it's like if you're not trying to at least document it to be like, oh, that's something to look back on, then yeah. Either that or I know that you guys drink at sessions, so it's just going to end up be more drinking and less skating.
I think so. I don't know. Everyone's behaving better nowadays. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's not true, actually.
All right.
But I don't know. I haven't drank in like 2 years. So that is probably part of the reason that I seem motivated, because I actually feel like getting shit done nowadays. But I don't know. I think they'll skate. They'll do something. Project? Probably not.
If you left if you left Austin in May and they just had the premiere, did you not go back for the premiere?
Oh, I went back. Yeah,
right.
Definitely. Yeah, I went. We hung out, and I sold some books at the premiere, and just got to skate with everybody at the DIY, and yeah, it was a good time.
I was about to say, how are the book sales going?
Slow, surprisingly. We sold the candy book in like 2 or 3 days, I think, but this one I've still got 25 copies left.
Okay. I mean, it's early days. It's not even been out a week, so.
Yeah. First day was like pretty good. Second day was about the same, and then it just dropped. I've had like 2 a day since then, but hopefully they sell.
Right. Plus, it's kind of those, yeah. And we're in that weird period where it's been quite a while since there's been like a kind of a VOD essentially. So I
Yeah,
kind of feel
that's
like
weird.
people are out of the habit of VODs
I
and just
guess.
expect everything to be like free and given to them. With like, yeah,
Yeah, I guess so. Because so much stuff is free now. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's like our last like crew video project, passion project anyway. So if it doesn't sell that well, then oh well, fuck it, who cares? We
yeah.
really made it for ourselves, you know.
That's what I mean. It's one of these like incredible documents that you can look back on when you're older, or yeah, when some of you guys have kids and be like, "This is what I used to do,"
Yeah,
and it's like indisputable evidence. You can be like, "I used to be fucking awesome. Look at like look at
look at
this."
this. I got pictures. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it's funny. I kind of was like thinking maybe $30 is too much for a book, you know, but people are charging like $50 for a shirt, so I'm not gonna go down on $30 on a book. A book's gonna last longer than a damn shirt, so
Or a set of wheels, yeah. Like people,
yeah,
yeah. You're like, yeah. When you see, I'm like, I'm gonna pay. Right, wait a minute. I'm going to need to pay over $100 for something I'm going to destroy within weeks. What is
right.
happening? Yeah.
But oh well, I don't know.
Um, what were you doing for work before you stopped?
I delivered wine for like a distribution company.
Right.
Um, actually, Jason Howard, like OG Texas,
Yes,
Jason
I
Howard.
remember Jason
He's
Howard. Razor
yeah, he
steal
was my
this video.
boss.
I remember. Yeah, he's your boss.
He was my boss. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were just doing wine stuff. Delivered to a bunch of restaurants and stores, and just drove every day, all day.
Is he still massive and terrifying?
Jason, I mean, yeah, I guess he's still probably really good too at skating.
Yeah, that wouldn't really surprise me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
I just remember I used to quite like beating people up back in the day. So yeah, I don't know if
no,
that's a guy I'd want to mess with.
damn, I don't even know. That was probably before my time.
Right. Okay. Um, like obviously you're really keen in photography. By the looks of things, you've got a ton of gear.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not ever have you ever tried to pursue that like as a job, or is that
Um,
not something that
I think
interests you?
now that I've done this like crazy quit my job life reset shit, it might come up in the future. You know, now that I've had to sell the book, I had to make myself a website. I had to. I mean, basically, I have the stuff that I need if I did want to sell like prints or anything now. So, sure, in the future, but it would probably be like dark room prints, handmade stuff. Um, I don't think I would do like anybody's photography jobs like that.
Okay.
Not for me.
Yeah, not appealing.
I'd
But
rather
like,
like sell art than like get like a job of like, hey, take photos of what I tell you to.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, does like the lab aspect of it appeal to you, or like the kind of
Uh, I hate doing that part. I mean, I don't hate it. I like my stuff.
you're the one that mentioned darkroom. That's why I was asking.
No, well, the darkroom is cool to make like an actual print, but like developing film is sort of cool if it's mine. If it's not mine, it's like this is just a job now, you know, and you can't possibly pay me enough to make it worth my time. Like, and then scanning film too, that takes even longer. So it's like, no, not a chance. I think I did one roll for somebody, and it's like, there's no way. You're
Yeah,
better off paying a place like $20 to do your develop, scan, prints, because it's going to take me more than an hour, and I'm going to charge you more than $20 an hour.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Save me the heartache and save yourself some money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
no.
is it's kind of like when people. I'm gonna get absolutely crucified for this, but it's like when people still film with tape, and I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? Why? Why would you like? You get home every night and have to spend hours trawling through clips and like cutting it out,
Oh,
basically.
people do still do it too, huh?
Loads of people, and all respect to them, but that would crush my soul. Having, I'd be like, cool, I've been filming like all day for like 8 hours now. I need to go home and spend the same amount of time getting the footage off the camera.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean, that I think Fugi did that for a long time too, but luckily with the photography part of it, if the you don't have to like do the whole clip, you know. If somebody doesn't do it, I just don't pull the trigger. Like I've gotten really good at being reserved on when to take the photo.
Right.
Because I'm going to be burning film because I don't have any digital stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, I like can tell if it's the one or not. Like some of those photos in the book are like the only photo I took of that trick.
That is a skill in itself, like learning
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's pretty wild. But then I don't have to go through anything, you know. I don't have to like sort or edit. It's just the one.
It is quite interesting as well. Like with your crew, hardly anyone in the past two videos is sponsored, but yet the standard of the skating is better. I'm going to say controversially than some of the stuff you see that like actual companies put out of their teams.
Yeah, it's surprising. I don't know. It's like always been that way too in Texas. Like not a lot of not a lot of love for Texas skating. I don't know why.
And the standard, like I was actually thinking about this just before the intro. The standard over the years has been, well, there have been quite a few sponsored riders, but the standard over the years has been ridiculous. Like goes right back to Arlo. Then there's people like Shane Scour. There's people like Micah Yeager and Chase Rushing and Michael Stein and all like kind of creative weird guys. And then you've got like, you know, obviously Josh Glowicki and Fritz, who if they didn't leave Texas and come to Europe, I don't know if anyone would have cared about them. Like I feel like if they just stayed there, they would have just got forgotten about. It's only because they got in people's faces and were like, we're fucking amazing and we're going to show you in real life.
Otherwise it would have been nothing.
Yeah, like if they just stayed in Texas, there's no way like all that stuff would have happened.
Josh is so good too. Yeah, it's wild, but I don't know, maybe because it's just that middle coast. It's not East Coast, not West Coast. I have no idea.
Yeah, because who was it? I think it was James Bauer. Don't know if you know who that was. He used to ride for Razor.
Yeah.
And he like I'm sure it was him that was telling me, he's like, Candy was basically like for 90% of it a USDA on advert. It was like it was like a 40-minute USDA on advert, and none of those guys are on USD.
Yeah, even I had Aeons in like the half of it at least.
And it was if it was a USD advert promo, that was a banging USD promo because
right.
if that's not selling the skates, nothing is.
Right.
Have any of the guys ever been approached by skate companies? Like any? Because no,
not that I know of. Andrew kind of is the only one. I don't think anyone's ever asked Brandon. I'm sure people ask Mason a million times. He just says no to everybody because he's not interested. Yeah. But no one's ever asked me. I think I'm past the age where I would want to skate on like a team anyways. But Brandon's good. Like I'm surprised.
How old is he?
He's not that old. He's not old. I mean, he's in his 20s.
Yeah, I feel like he's like early 20s, right? Okay.
Yeah, mid 20s maybe.
So the only company you've ever been, well, I'm assuming you were on Transit before it became Bloom. Is that right?
No, I never was on Transit. No.
Just on Bloom. Okay.
Yeah,
so Bloom's the only company you ever rode for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's had the weirdest kind of trajectory. So Transit closed down with no real explanation. Then out of it came Bloom. They released 3 wheels. You, Tony, and Keaton Newsom.
Yeah.
And now it's done.
It's like on hiatus. I don't think he's completely said it's done. We'll see what happens. I think it was a little more than he expected it to be and more than he could handle. And then he had a bunch of like life stuff happen where he just had to like put it to the side for a while. So I hope that it comes back in some way. We'll see what that way is, I guess.
That was the most non-committal answer ever. Congratulations on that. Okay.
No, I mean, what do you want to know though? I mean, I can talk about it.
Like, did the wheels not sell, or like what? Like, did they sell? Like what? Because I felt like they were available in a bunch of shops. From what I saw, people were ordering them. Like I saw people skating them. So
Yeah, I think they sold okay. It wasn't a huge run in the first place, so I don't know how many are left. Like, I don't know inventory or any of that. I don't think that was the issue. I think it's just maybe overwhelming to run a company on your own. Kirill kind of did like everything. So
yeah,
I know that if it comes back, that, or when it comes back, that I'm trying to take a more like hands-on role. Like, I don't want to have a wheel and or any of that shit anymore. I just want to like actually run it or be a part of it in some way.
right.
Because I want it to stay. Like, I think it's an awesome idea. I think it's a great cause and all that
Definitely, yeah.
stuff. But yeah, we'll just see. Like, right now, since I'm like doing this van thing at my dad's house, I'm not really in a position to like run a company either.
There is also that, yeah.
So I need to get my stuff back in order. Like, we need to get moved into wherever we end up settling down, and that's when I'm gonna, try to push it forward and see what happens, see what we can do. But
Okay.
yeah, oh well. I wish that it would have like just took off and been good to go, but stuff happens.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like it was kind of similar to like what happened with Conjure. Like, that guy was basically trying to do it like all one man show, and they were starting to build up momentum, starting to build up a good team. The products were coming out and looking good, and people were saying positive things about it. And then all of a sudden he's just like, this is too much work. I've actually got a job. I don't have time for this shit. And it kind of felt like that was what was happening with Bloom as well. It was like it was starting to.
I think it's maybe part of it, but not on top of just like having another job and stuff. He had like other life stuff that he had to deal with too. And then, Kirill has been pretty open about dealing with his own like mental health stuff as well. So when you're stressed from multiple things at once, that makes that part of that really hard too.
Yeah. And yeah,
so,
if you've got this stuff that's just adding more pressure to your life, then the only way to make it better is to start
take a step back.
And,
but I hope it comes back in a good way. I don't know if we'll do the wheel thing again, maybe just kind of ease back in with like soft goods again and see what happens. I really don't have a clue at all, but I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still like all in on it. I'm not gonna like bail and have a grudge or anything. I get how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe Rossies haven't been in touch with you to like even offer to like, I don't know, just flow some skates, whatever. Like, you have promoted the shit out of M12s. Like, it's actually, I was looking back, and before that was, so I didn't actually remember you skating Aeon's in Candy. I must have blanked that out. The last skate I remember you being on was like, were they BAM bricks or something? SL BAM bricks or something like that?
Nah, I probably went Colts. Had Colts forever and ever and ever through Waterloo. And then I don't remember.
Was it Colts you were wearing in that? I thought, for some reason, I thought they were Razors SLs. Maybe I've just remembered it wrong.
No, they never fit. The only thing that ever fit me was a Colt. I have a little foot too, so everything's too big. But yeah, Colts, and then maybe tried something else, and then Aeons. And then I've been on the M12s ever since the very beginning of Film and Candy, really, or middle of Film and Candy. Yeah. I'm surprised, I guess, but I'm also not surprised because, like I said, I'm 34, so there's plenty of other people out there that could, like, do the skate thing.
You say that, and they could, and there are people that are younger that could get off their ass and be that motivated and put out these amazing sections that people want to watch again and again. But there aren't that many. That's the point.
Yeah.
There aren't that many people going out there and putting in the work and actually creating stuff that you want to watch repeatedly. So
that's fair.
When you get someone that is, you kind of have to wonder like why it's not being recognized.
Whenever Rossies first started like putting their team together, I guess, after Valo or whatever the hell, when they finally started pushing and like announcing team members, I had to ask somebody like, yo, what's good? is like any space for somebody or whatever. And I basically got told that they were like only looking for people that were like under a certain age. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that was like a truthful answer or not, but that's what somebody that was like already working with Rossi's told me.
Oh, I mean, well, I've had Stefan Brando on. He was basically told he was too old to get a pro skate.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And apparently
Yeah.
Chad Hornish was also told. I'm sure he said on Jump Street, he said he was told he was too old to get one as
Too
well.
old. Isn't Chad? He's younger than me, right? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was like an age limit on pro skates, but yeah.
There's an age limit, but then they also, companies will make you wait for like 10 years before you can get your skate. You have to be on the company for however long before you can get it, and then you age out, and then you're too old because you've been skating for too long.
Yeah, I find it really funny that one of the Yasutoko brothers is now pro for USD and is apparently getting a pro skate, and I'm like, that's great, and it's thoroughly deserved because he's been one of the best. He has been the best vert skater in the world for decades,
forever.
But it's a bit fucking late. Like,
no shit.
I don't know. That'd be like giving a boxer like, here's the heavyweight belt, and he's like, I retired like 10 years ago. Why am I getting this?
Yeah, right. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, no, I also never really pursued it. I never like asked people, or I don't know. But yeah, I've been rocking the M12s for a while. I think I'm gonna switch that up too. Waiting for the smaller shell Mesmers to come out, if they make a smaller shell.
What, they don't make one small enough you can fit into?
The size 7's too big for me. Like, I'm a true size 6, so
okay, that
boot is just like, it's a little too bulky. But I think that they were planning on doing like a 5'6" skate eventually. I don't know. That's what I heard.
I'm very jealous of these people with small feet. I feel like rollerblading is the only like sporting activity where everyone wishes they were shorter or had like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're playing American football or like basketball or something, you're like, man, I wish I was like 6'5" or something, or like this would be great. Or in American football, you're like, man, I just wish I was a little bit bulkier, a little bit able to handle myself. And in rollerblading, you're like, man, I wish I was like 5'5", and like I wish my feet were like a size 6 or 7. Life would be so much easier.
It's a gymnast kind of a thing.
Yeah, I just wish I was more petite. If I was more petite, all my tricks would look better. My royales would look better.
People always say like, "Oh man, you're so good because of your size or whatever," but no, it's proportional, right? Like that rail is really high to me.
Well, this is also true, but then I feel like you get a lot of short people with really good hucks. Like, I don't know if you ever skated with Scott Quinn when he was in Texas.
Oh yeah, of course.
He comes up to my chest, but he can topsoil like right up to his nipples. Like
he can like jump over my head. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Disgusting. It makes no sense. Like,
damn, that's funny.
Like the amount of times we've went to skate spot, and I'm like, I can't jump that high, and he can do like multiple tricks on it, and I'm like, that it doesn't make be able sense to do that. Yeah,
especially in person. Yeah, you're like, it's like, you would never think about jumping up onto that thing. It doesn't even cross through your thought at all. And he can just hop up there, no problem.
So what we're basically saying is, for all of the Texas guys to get recognized, they need to get out of Texas.
I guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
Just plan a mass exodus out of Texas, because
I think Brandon is doing a good job by like touring around Europe right now. That's a good way to do it.
Is he still in Europe?
I think so. He's like, I think he's still there. He missed the premiere, so.
I know he was at the Athens Blade House thing, because one of the guys from Scotland was there and was staying with him, but I didn't know if he was still hanging around. Okay.
I think he's in like Spain or somewhere right now. I'm not sure.
Right. Also, has anyone from Texas ever been on Jump Street?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That is kind of strange, because it's not like I said, it's not like you guys don't have heavy hitters that are worth speaking to. So
Yeah, weird. I don't know. I never thought about it, but probably not. I mean, maybe they had like Arlo on, but
That doesn't count.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm just trying to think of Texas
Not
guys.
that Arlo's
Probably
not
not.
from Texas, but like, you know, everyone wants Arlo on. Like that's
Right. No, probably not. I don't think so. Um, not any current like people who skate.
yeah. Yeah, I
No,
can't think of anyone. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is surprising, but I don't know. It's also like, who do we have? Like Mason doesn't really want to be on anything. He's not going to talk to hardly anybody. Didn't
He
he?
came
Didn't you?
he came on mine and talked all sorts of shit about everyone. All I had to do was give him a reason and he went off. It was great.
Uh, that one was great. Yeah. And then like who else? Andrew probably not gonna do like a long interview with anybody. Ant did yours, right?
And it's not like Ant's made what, how many? Like 10 full-length videos?
A lot. Yeah. Like I've only seen the ones that I've been in. I mean, I think I've seen some of the older ones, but it was so long ago that I probably didn't even know. I didn't even know who he was then.
And all the company promos, like made Quinny's Pro Skate promo. He's made a bunch
Yeah,
of stuff
all
for
of
Razors
those.
and Ground Control.
Yeah.
It's not like those guys haven't done things worthy of
That is
acknowledgement or
true.
recognition.
I don't know. Maybe there's like a secret grudge that I don't know about.
So there's the Texas conspiracy. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Look, you've been
I don't know.
blacklisted. It's not got to me yet. The list hasn't been presented to me yet, so I haven't been told not
Right.
to. Right.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh
need to
man.
I'll need to phone up the blade industry hotline and find out who I'm not allowed to talk to. Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Also, you guys have got the shop there. There's the carrier shop seems to be doing really well, like Fritz's
And,
shop, because haven't they expanded?
mhm. I think they're talking about opening another one. I don't know.
But
It's
they,
in
they definitely
Dallas.
moved to a bigger store as well, didn't they? Or have I misremembered that?
Maybe you got me.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible friend for not even knowing, but and yeah, I mean he's been doing well for sure.
Plus, they've got an event that they're teasing. Like, well, they're they're dangerously teasing it because they're saying it's gonna. They were hinting that they think it's gonna be as big as Hoedown. And I was like, oof, that's a big claim to make.
That's huge. Yeah, I don't know.
If you're gonna start saying shit like that, you need to put your money where your mouth is, because that's big time.
It looks fun. It's at a really good park. I used to skate there when I lived in Dallas for a really short amount of time. I don't know. It's a really big park. I think they're going to build some stuff, but I have no clue. They did it like the weekend after Blading Cup, so I don't know how many people are going to be up there.
I don't know if you've got people traveling internationally for one event. Is it that much effort to?
So shoot over to Dallas? I guess not. Yeah.
Because isn't that? I'm sure that's what they did with the Frankie Morales. One of the last Frankie Morales thing. It was shortly after Blade Cup, and I think people just stuck around to.
Yeah, that's a good tactic. I didn't even think of that.
To hit both events.
But I hope it's cool. If I'm done with the van by Blade Cup, I'll probably drive out there. But if I'm not, then I'll definitely be at the Dallas one because it's like an hour and a half away from me.
You're slowly not filling me with confidence about this van build because
it's so hard. I never would have thought, like, for everything you see, there's a million things underneath it that I took me forever to do. Like I'm pretty handy. I know how to do a lot of stuff. Like, but
what is it that you're putting in there that's taking so long?
Just insulate walls, electrical lights, shelving, cabinets, bed, like building all of it from scratch. Like, yeah, it's just by myself. And it was like, to be fair, it was like 108 for a month straight this summer. So that didn't really work well.
Yeah, you
You
don't
can
really
only
want to
work
be
a few hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just been tough, but it'll get it done eventually.
Is that when you regret like going back home to do it? And because maybe if you'd done it in Austin, there would have been more hands on deck to potentially help out.
Maybe. I don't know. I have like a really good garage and selection of tools here.
Right.
So that's nice. But yeah, I think either way, I just underestimated how difficult it would be.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to do it right. I want it to be good, you know, like a real living van situation. So
That's fair enough.
yeah,
You're not planning on living in it when you get up to
no,
Denver, right?
not
'Cause-
not full time. Maybe some like it'll be for road trips and stuff, like
okay,
long trips, but it won't be like I'm gonna live in a van.
because it looks like it gets cold up there, like really
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, pretty cold. I mean, cold enough. There's yeah, 0 or whatever. I guess that's negative in Celsius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't I don't
cold.
I don't want to be living in a van when it's like yeah, minus 0 degrees.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm from here too, so that's gonna be interesting to get used to. But
Okay.
it's
All
just
right.
cold. How bad could it be?
Uh, f- uh, you say that, but yeah, it's like I've had friends from Australia come over and stay in Scotland, and as soon as it hits like 15 degrees, Scottish people like take their tops off and go to the park and are getting drunk playing football, and all the Australian people are like wearing like parka jackets with beanies on, being like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people? These crazy ass Scottish people? What?" And I'm like, "This is tropical.
Yeah, yeah.
Like people are getting heat stroke."
That'll be me in Denver wearing like way too much clothes, I'm sure.
So it kind of seems like you're just like no long-term plans, just basically want to get out there, have some adventure, get out of Texas like properly
Yeah,
for the first time, and
yeah.
beyond that, just nothing in the pipeline, just see what happens. What kind of work would you like to do once you get up there?
Uh, it's just whatever I could find. I mean, maybe do a little bit of like construction stuff since I've been using so many different tools here now. Like my experience is through the roof. With like all the cabinetry and stuff I've been making. So maybe that, maybe some film stuff if I find like a good camera shop, or I can always go back to what I used to do, which was delivering booze because people never stop drinking booze.
There's always going to be demand for booze. It's recession proof.
Yeah, it was. We were really busy when COVID happened, like when they closed everything.
Yeah, like booze delivery during COVID. I'd be very surprised if sales didn't skyrocket.
Yeah, it was insane because the grocery stores were all like triple ordering. And yeah, so I was essential personnel. I got to work through the whole entire thing. It was great.
I love it. People need to get drunk. I'm doing it for the people. People need to get drunk.
Yeah, it counts as groceries apparently.
Yeah. God, that went the other way in Scotland. If you got caught going into a shop and just coming out with alcohol, you would run the risk of getting a fine because they're like, you're not going into that shop for an essential item. And I'm like, if you're an alcoholic, it's an essential item because if you don't drink, you're going to
crazy.
die. Like your heart will
Yeah,
stop.
that is true.
But yeah, people are getting fined on the streets in the UK for stuff like that. So that's quite
Wild.
funny.
If only people could like get fined for stupid shit here, but no, you do whatever you want.
I mean, every country has its positives and negatives.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know.
Our police don't have guns, so if they try to stop us, we can just run. So it's fine.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we can just run away, and if they're fat and slow, we're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be all right. Yeah.
You can't hit someone with a baton if you can't catch up to them. So
yeah, I would take that. That sounds nice.
yeah, a lot less imminent danger. Yeah, I've got nothing else unless you've got anything you want to talk about. I've taken up quite a lot of your
Have you? How long has it
Friday
been?
afternoon. I don't know how long have we been doing this.
Like an hour.
There you go.
It's not that long. I don't know. I can't think.
What have we not talked about? What have we missed? Like I tried to get you to talk shit on the guys and the crew. You wouldn't do that. You failed me on you failed me on that. Tried to get you to rinse the industry for ignoring you guys. You're too nice to do that. That was a disappointment. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I don't know. I'm surprised that like I guess we were talking about the sales or whatever, and how you said there's like no VODs right now, and I think that's what it is.
When was the last? Was the last one? I want to say the last one was the Blader Gang VOD, but I'm not really into the Blader Gang stuff, so I never got it.
I think that was the last one. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even remember when that was.
Jokes up, right? Was it?
Jokes up is what, yeah, that doesn't have an apostrophe, and that drove me nuts as well, because
That's funny.
the
I
title just
never
makes
noticed
no
that,
sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
probably that was the last one. And yeah, I guess I don't know, man. Bladers are so cheap. It's crazy. Like the video is $15, I think. And candy sold way faster. We really sold a lot on the first few days with that one.
Didn't it? It came out. Did it come out during lockdown or just after lockdown? No, I'm sure that would have played a huge factor in it, because people would have been like, I need some fucking entertainment.
Yeah, I don't think that we were in lockdown anymore, but you couldn't like, I remember delaying the premiere or whatever over and over again because we couldn't gather somewhere, or whatever. So yeah, I guess it kind of did. It did come out.
That's what I mean. I'm sure even if there wasn't lockdown, I'm sure people still weren't really going out.
Trying to go out, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that did probably play a pretty big role. But either way, I don't know. I think this one's just as good. Maybe like I like it more because the attitude that it has, you know. But it's definitely just as good as Candy.
How do you what did you mean by that? What do you mean, like the attitude's different to Candy?
Because it was like more for it felt like it was more for us, or like we did it as like for ourselves, knowing maybe that it's Ant's like last final video or last full length. Yeah. But I thought he said that about Candy, so I don't know. He
definitely did. He absolutely did. I'm sure he told me multiple times. I think even when I interviewed him for the podcast, he said, "This is the last video."
And yeah, then, maybe that's why we went so hard for that one too. I don't
know. I think that might have been partially how he convinced. Well, I know he used the Keaton card to get Mason out, but I think he also convinced Mason to come out by saying, yeah, he wasn't going to do another one, and then he did another one.
Yeah.
Maybe Ant's just a master manipulator, and we don't realize it. Maybe he's just got these little tactics.
He's pretty good at
it. But yeah, I do kind of like find it quite interesting that we're so, as a community, we so like scream out when people don't get what we think they're entitled to or like justified, like, you know, pro skaters not getting the royalties that we think like they're entitled to, or skaters not getting a livable wage when, you know, they're dedicating so much to their craft, or they've put in so much work for certain brands or released so much content, and then someone comes along, spends a year, 2 years working on a video, and
2 years,
and it's I can't remember how much it was. It was like $15.
Yeah, it's 15.
And like you charge $15 and people were like, oh no, that's way too much. Or like, I'm not paying for it, I'll just wait for it to come out for free. And you're like, you can apply that to anything. Like you can go, well, I'm not going to go to the cinema because if I just wait a year, it's going to be on normal TV. And you're like, that's such a dick attitude to have.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I guess it will come out if you want to wait or whatever. But
like you're basically saying that you just don't respect what these people are like, the effort they're putting in.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre. But
and then if people stop making videos, they'd be like, why is no one making videos anymore? This sucks. Like, where are all the video makers? I hate like Instagram edits. Why are they not making real stuff?
Right.
And it's like, because you're not fucking supporting the real stuff.
Don't buy it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't see any of the books or the video stuff because Ant's doing all that, but I see the book stuff too. It's funny, like how many people will like reshare or say, oh, that's so cool or whatever. And like none of those names come through with an order, right? Like,
I love that as well. People are like, support this. And you're like, practice what you preach.
What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nah, it's cool though. I mean, whatever. The video will come out for free someday. The book will not come out for free someday. Yeah. So there's only a few of them left. And hopefully, I don't know. I think it's pretty neat. I don't know. I wish people would like jump on it faster, but whatever.
Yeah. And then you just think maybe we don't have that strong community, or maybe the community's not that big. And then
I think it's bigger than it was.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then something happens to someone, or someone experiences tragedy, and all of a sudden the community manages to cough up like 20K just like out of nowhere. Yeah. And you're like, so you'll donate $100 or like $200 to some guy that's hurt himself.
Right.
but not on paying for something. When you donate, all you get is like, you've done a good deed, and that's
Right.
great. It's brilliant. You get nothing in return.
Yeah, it's weird. But
Whereas you're literally buying something here and getting something back, and then they're like, no.
yeah. Well, I'll have plenty of copies for all the homies if they don't sell out, I guess.
Plus, if you're going to do a road trip now, then there's the potential to like visit different cities or different states, whatever, with different skate communities, and then there's the opportunity to pedal. It's one of those things that you can have as like currency in the van to potentially
that is true.
sell.
I actually originally wanted to, at some point, well, we thought our road trip was going to be longer, and I wanted to like go to different places and shoot more photos and maybe make like a little thing again, but probably just have to put that on hold for now. I think when we finally get to Denver, I'll definitely make another book or zine, but it'll probably just be smaller and like not $30.
Although how much is like a standard hardback book? That feels like an appropriate price.
Yeah, I guess it is. I don't know, like whatever. Yeah, 80 something pages. It seems like a normal price to me. I don't know. I don't want to like bitch about the book or whatever.
I think that like I've ran into this as well with stuff like with merch and things like that. When I look at the analytics for like the YouTube page or something, it's like 80% of your audience is American. And I'm like, yeah, but every time I'm trying to ship something out there, it's costing them like $20, and they're like,
Yeah.
So well, cool, I'm buying something, and then I need to pay like the same price again just to get it here. Like, this is bullshit. Or like,
I had a few like orders to France, like as soon as I put the thing online, and I didn't have like any shipping on my website at all, so I just had to like eat $25 shipping for a $30 book. It's like, oh well, I fixed it. Now it's on there. So if you
I've made that mistake. You learn very quickly. Yeah.
it
Do that.
takes
Yeah.
long.
I'm
But
like, I lost money on this sale. That's interesting. I didn't realize it was possible to lose money from selling something. Okay, cool.
I want to make more stuff though. I thought it was fun. It's the first time I ever like put a book together. I never used any programs like that because it's just all film stuff anyway. And I don't know. This past few like months or whatever has been pretty cool, like learning experience, getting the website going, selling them, doing all that. I want to do something maybe with Fugi, like when I do go to Denver, some kind of like come down zine or something later down the road would be cool.
That's what I was going to ask, because I'm assuming he's still making videos up there, because he released something. Well, he didn't release, I don't know if it was a full length, but he released like a bunch of sections to something not that long ago. Was it?
Yeah, that was like, because I was flying up to Denver every maybe other month to hang with him and film for the weekend. And we pretty much threw together a section in like 5 or 6 trips of me going up there. And he had all this other footage from the previous few years. So I kind of got him like moving, and he put all that stuff together and just released it in. And then they were doing those bowl sessions too, because it was wintertime. They had a really cool indoor bowl there. So
I've seen the one. Yeah.
So he ended up doing that video kind of just because I went up there to film that section with him. And it got him to like have a reason to put it all out. But that one was fun. I had a good time. I think that section, because that was all this year. That section, the bloom section, and now the ends section. That's 3 from me.
So you've had more full length sections this year than every other person on a actual pro team.
Yeah, I think so. Like you were saying, motivated for some reason. I think it's because I don't drink anymore.
Why don't you drink anymore?
I did it enough. I think I just reached a point where it was I'd partied for long enough. I need to give it up.
I definitely feel like I could, yeah, like there's,
That's vague, but also like, yeah, it's just not. It's not interesting.
yeah,
I just shouldn't be drinking anymore.
yeah. I've got a friend that managed to do that, and there's one of these people that used to like smoke 20 a day, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
just go, oh, I'm just not smoking anymore, and you're like, but how? And they're like, I'm
How?
just
Yeah.
not. And then it was like the
Yeah.
drinking thing. Like he used to be an absolute reprobate, and now he's an ultra marathon runner. And I'm like, how do you go from
Nice.
being an overweight guy that used to put mayonnaise on pizza to running ultra marathon? Like, how are you not dead?
Yeah.
And you just get like that kind of willpower startles me.
You definitely find things to do with your time whenever you like stop wasting your time doing other shit like drinking and hanging out all night long. And, yeah, I
Was
don't know.
was that the eureka moment? You're like, wow, I'm getting so much stuff done. I don't feel like shit anymore during the day. I'm not losing mornings and afternoons to.
I honestly, yeah, I don't know if there was ever a eureka moment, but it's like more just like fill the time because now there's a lot of time, you know. But yeah, it's 3 sections and it's not the year's not even over yet.
I mean,
So
don't get ahead of yourself. You honestly think you're filming another section before the end of the year?
no, I'm not, but it'd be cool. I
Because if you
plan
are,
on
this van's never getting finished.
no, it's not. I'm not doing any skating. Like since we finished ends, I think I've skated like 4 times. It's been 5 or 6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Waco doesn't do it for me. And there's no one else that skates here. So I don't know what that says about me, but I don't really like skating by myself too much.
Yeah, it's like I do think rollerblading is one of those things that a very large aspect of it is the social factor, and I think that's why so many people quit. Like why there was that kind of decade or 2 decades of just everyone quitting in waves, because once your friends go,
What are you gonna do? Skate around by yeah.
like, well, not even that, but do you want to start again with a complete new group of people? It's basically like starting quite an intimate relationship, like spending that much time with someone. Like you
Yeah,
can
that's
be out there
true.
for like 8 or 10 hours a day. Do you want to be out there
Yeah.
for 8 or 10 hours a day with either A, strangers, or B, people that you don't really have? I'm not saying like you dislike them or whatever, but you just don't have that much in common with, or aren't on the same
Yeah. Yeah.
wavelength, or like, because
I've
I've
read,
tried
I've
to
read
do that
that.
before, and you just sit there and you're like, God, I'd rather be at home. Like this isn't fun.
I feel like I've noticed that in people that like even come to sessions and then realize that they have that realization and then you don't really see them come into sessions anymore.
When you're like, it's one of those things. You're like, if they're not your people, then they're not people you're going to want to spend 10 hours with, like, or be stuck in a
Yeah.
car with for hours on end. Like that's painful.
Yeah, some of those days were long days too.
Um,
Or watching somebody do a trick for an hour and a half, 2 hours. If you don't know them that well, why would you sit there waiting for them to land their shit for two
yeah,
hours?
that's it as well. Like, see when it is someone, I don't know, you're close with, or you care about, or you have like a personal investment in it because you want them to get it. You want their happiness for them. When you don't know them, it doesn't even matter how good they are at skating. They could literally be doing true spins on a rail going off the edge of a roof. Like, you're just like, I
Yeah,
just don't give a shit. Like, I
yeah.
don't care if you land this or not. Yeah. So yeah, I do think the social aspect plays a big part into it. Like, you can have your local concrete park or public park or whatever, where you're like, well, I have a facility, I could do the activity if I want
Oh,
to.
there's a great park here. Yeah, I just
But if there's no
what
one
am I
to
gonna
do it with or motivate, like, you'll just go there and be like, oh, you do a couple of soul grinds, and you're like, I can't really be fucked doing anything else.
exactly. I've gone a few times. I had no desire to like push myself on my
Yeah.
own. It's like no. Get some cardio, whatever. I'd almost rather just go skate around town. That's more
Yeah.
fun by myself. But either way, I'll pick skating back up once I get the hell out of Waco and get on the road and whatever. Also go out to Denver because Denver, I can't wait for that. Kind of try to squeeze myself in with that crew, see if I can get them all
Yeah, because
hyped about making something.
they've got Hunter Grimm up there. They've got, oh God,
Hunter's all over the place though. he's probably going to go back to the circus too once they start back up.
Yeah, because he was over in Scotland at one point, and then actually it must have been at the very start of coronavirus, because Ant sent me a message and said Hunter's in Glasgow. And I sent him a message being like, if you want to go for a beer after the show or whatever, or like if you're free, go for a skate. And then I'm pretty sure the event actually got shut down because of coronavirus, and they were like, you need to get on planes and like get back right now.
Get home. Yeah.
You're not getting home. And everyone just jumped ship. But yeah, and obviously Denver's got incredible skaters anyway. They've got like Spyro and all the guys that were in Crazy Pills and stuff like that. So,
yeah. And
I think that may have been the last VOD. That was
I think it was still free. You just could pay, like donate.
Yeah, that kind of annoyed me as well, because it's like, don't give people the option. Just tell them they need to pay. Like,
just say, I want money.
Yeah, if you want the good shit, you need to cough up for it. Pay.
It was a good video too.
It was a good video. I'm pretty sure I paid like double whatever they had like a minimum ask, and I was like, no, that's too low. Like,
they made a magazine too. My buddy Jordan and I don't know who else made it, but that was also cool. A good magazine too. But hopefully I can just skate with all those guys, make some stuff, shoot some photos for everyone, make something, get Fugi off his ass, make him do some stuff.
Is he lazy? Is that what you're telling me? Is he not being productive?
I think he's I don't think he's lazy. I think he's just, it's funny, like he gets real motivated whenever like somebody comes to town. But if it's the same dudes that like been around all the time, I think all those guys fucking say that, but maybe they all just need to be motivated a little bit. I don't know.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny that I keep saying stuff like that and then realizing that it's vague just because you don't know how they are or have the conversation.
I thought they had quite a motivated crew that we're doing stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see that much of it, so it's tough to tell. But yeah, I thought they had their own little.
I think they do their thing. I think, like you said, Crazy Pills, Ian gets them all out there. I'd like to film with him too. That'd be cool. But yeah, I want to get Fugi making some more stuff. Do some more the come down stuff. Would be cool.
What did they've got is it them? They've got another name as well for themselves as well. Is it Bag Lake Clique or Bag Lake Crew or something?
That was like old. I think it's gone.
Or is that what they changed into Come Down?
It was an era of some of the first guys that moved up there, I guess, and some of the guys that were already there probably. They all had a house together. It was like a fucked up, like terrible party house, but they did all that, yeah. But no, okay. I think Baglet Kick is done, and then Fugi's just trying to slowly keep the come down cruising.
Keep the come down cruising.
There'll be more stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
I hear you. Have you got anything else you want to say before we wrap this up, or do I let you begin your? Also, if you're not drinking beer, what was that you were just drinking?
This is a non-alcoholic beer.
You disgust me. I never understand that. Like, people are like, oh, look, you get these really nice non-alcoholic beers, and you're like, just don't just have a soft drink. If you're gonna do it, just have a soft drink.
They have really good ones nowadays that like taste like craft beer or whatever, but honestly, the really gross, shitty ones are better. Like, it just tastes like a trash can of beer. So that's all we want. It's like a bad beer.
Yeah, just a really bad tasting beer without the benefits of it slowly ebbing away because you're getting more and more drunk. Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll never understand that philosophy ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything really. I hope I was coherent in some way.
You were absolutely fine. I've been another person I did want to get on was Andrew Broom, but Ant's been actively discouraging me so far, saying that he might not think it's the best idea, but he won't give me specific reasons.
I don't know what you guys would talk about at all, but sure, go for it.
I mean, it would just be me going in on razors for 2 hours and Andrew just sitting there, and I'm like, Andrew, this is the point where you agree, and he's like, okay.
Man, yeah, there's one thing about that, and it's not I mean, I guess it's related. Anyways, I'll just say in that book, I have these like QR codes so that you can watch the clip of some of the photos. Like you just pull your phone out and scan it or whatever. And one of them that we've been expecting, like, damn, I just kind of stepped in it almost. We've been expecting a product to come out for like a long time. So one of the clips has a product in it. And yeah,
Everyone knows. Like you're not giving away anything.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Andrew Broom's getting a pro skate from Razors. We don't know when it's coming, but it's apparently coming.
It was supposed to have been coming, I guess, already. But whenever he saw that clip, he was like, "Dude, that can't be in the book." I'm like, "Well, it's already printed. I don't know what you want me to do." It's like a QR code. It's in the book, you know. And then he's like, I can't. We got to figure something out. So there is a QR code in that book that does not work because it's disabled until further notice.
You realize you just shot yourself in the foot there. That could have been a unique selling point. You could have been like, if you want to know what Andrew's skate looks like before anyone else, buy this book and check out the QR code.
Yeah, I guess technically the photo's still there, but it's black and white and it's far away, so you can't see shit. So good luck.
I mean, how wildly different can you make a...
You can't zoom in and screenshot actual photo in a book, so...
True.
Yeah. If the clip would have stayed, it would have been a matter of time before somebody was like screen capping and zooming and all that stuff. It would have gotten leaked.
Yeah. I mean, someone from my shop's already told me the colorway, so if anyone wants to know the colorway, I will accept PayPal donations, and I'll give that away. So
I didn't want to be responsible for the leak, I guess, and I'm sure Andrew would have like gotten in whatever kind of, I don't know what trouble to get in, but
you don't want to screw him over with a sponsor. Yeah,
they're going to delay it even longer if it leaks or something. I don't know.
But then they released that Bladey skate, which was that colorway was not great. It was not, you know, I'm all about having a Bladey, the Aeon, the pink Aeon, beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice and subtle pink.
Why don't they just make a run? Every single skate they make a size that big too. I don't get why they have to make special colors for small skates.
It's also, it sends out a very mixed message because it's like, we're being inclusive by creating a skate for ladies, right? But this is the only one you can get in these sizes. All the other skates you want, nah, fuck you, you're not getting them.
What about the girls or women who want a regular fucking skate?
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like it sends out a very mixed message.
It's silly.
On the one hand, it's being inclusive, but the other side really not. Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah. They're not good at it, but whatever. That's not my job.
This is true. Although at least companies are trying, I guess, like Power Slide and Razors are trying to make something for that market. But then if you're making something for that market that's pink, that's a little
it's almost like, I don't know, just rude.
Like, here's your little tiny Barbie skates. There you go.
Yeah.
Be grateful. Oh, okay, thanks, I guess.
From now on, every model you guys come out with, also make them in size 5, as well as every other size.
But then whenever you look in skate shops, like all the skate shops, like all the stock that they always have left is always like
the smallest one.
Them 909 size small.
Well, I would have tried so many other skates if any of them fit, but they're all too big.
That is the biggest. Well, see, I've got the other. I feel like that's skating's biggest drawback. Like, skates are such a personal thing. It's like finding a shoe that, like, you can buy a size 10 in one shoe and be like, God, this fits like a glove. It's perfect. You can buy a size 10 shoe in another brand and be like, I can't feel my feet. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening?
Right. Well, like I could wear an extra small them. They're too big for me. Like, I can put it on, but it does not feel tight like an M12 does, you know? Or I could wear an extra or whatever the smallest SL is. It's way bigger than a size 7 M12.
Yeah.
Brandon's the same way. Brandon skates the size 5 Aeon.
All you people with elf feet make absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Okay.
Yeah, I swear they used to be bigger. I think I've just like binded them down. But anyway,
Yeah, but like, I think that's one of those things where like people will try skating for like the first time and try, I don't know, someone else's skates, or they'll order a pair of skates and get them and be like, oh, actually, this feels horrible. I hate the way skates feel. Skates suck. And you're like, no, skates are such a personal thing that you like. It took me a decade and a half to find ones, because you just buy them, and if they don't work, well, tough shit. You need to skate them until they're broken because you're a kid and you
right?
can't afford another pair of skates. Like
Exactly. Yeah,
you
yeah.
skate them until they're in the ground, and then you get whether they're killing your feet or not. And then you end up with all these different feet and back problems because you've been skating skates that are too small or too like narrow or whatever for you. But it's only when you get older and you start experimenting with stuff and you're like, oh, I definitely need a shell that like has these
Yeah.
characteristics, or I'm going to be in constant pain. But I don't feel like you discover that unless you're lucky or have friends or people that
Right.
you
You just have to like dial it in, like
over the
people.
years. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The guys always give me a hard time for taking so long to put my skates on, because I'm like, tie my liners very well and tie my skates very well and fold the laces into a little side spot and like buckle it over. But my shit's dialed. That feels the same every time.
yeah,
So fuck off with that. Yeah, I don't know. Even the metal frames seem like it makes the skate less flexible, obviously, but you notice the difference, over time.
right.
Now it's like so every single thing is tweaked how I want it. It makes a huge difference for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people just throw them on though. I swear Andrew just throws the skates on, like loose tie, clicks the buckle over, no stretch, good to go.
Yeah. That'll catch up to him eventually. He's still relatively young. Yeah, people that can put on literally any pair of skates and they just skate like, and I'm like, why? Like, if I change brand, my style drastically changes. Or the trick vocabulary just like,
Right.
is so manipulated afterwards that I'm like, I've lost all these safety tricks and yet
Is that
gained
weird?
these weird ones that I'm not even sure I really want.
Yeah, it's weird. Shit, I just wear a pair of baggy pants and it makes me skate different, Just completely, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. No. I'm a creature of habit. As soon as I start messing with stuff like that, I'm like, oh, today's gonna be a bad day. I'm either gonna miss everything or get really hurt. Do I want to take that risk? No, I do not.
Yeah.
So now I've spoke about how utterly terrible I am at skating and can only really survive in one pair of skates. I've got nothing else. Let's wrap this up before I start giving away personal details of my life that I really don't want to. I wish you all the best with this fan build, because I'm becoming less convinced that it's going to be finished in the foreseeable future. But I'm going to remain optimistic.
I'll get there eventually. I haven't posted it or anything because I don't want to be like the van on Instagram person. But when it's all done, I'm sure people will see it.
You don't want to be an influencer in the wild.
No, I do not. No desire.
I find that really interesting when people share so many aspects of their lives. You're like, do you really want everyone to know? Like, see when people like tag locations they're at like every day, and I'm like, if someone wanted to stalk and murder you, you're making it so easy for them. Like they know where you are right now. Right now.
I barely even talk to people on the internet. Like I don't even hit up my friends most of the time. It'd be like weeks between conversations, I don't know. It's wild to put it all out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be out there eventually. Hopefully make it out to some events or something and get to see everybody and keep skating, doing more stuff.
Well, no, the priority is to get out to Denver and film a street section with Fugi. That's what I want. That's what I want you to do. Or Ian Walker. Ian Walker hates me, but yeah, you can film a section with him. I'll still be supportive of that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. No, the last one with Fugi was a breeze. I love filming with Fugi, so there will be, when I finally get out there will be more than one. Like we'll probably make a bunch of stuff. So that'll be fun.
Or you'll finally make your epic, like magnum opus street section.
And I can throw the skates away forever.
Well, no, then Ant will cry and be forever bitter at you because he's like, "Oh, you never gave me that level of commitment. What is this? What? Oh, you go up there and bring that out. That's not fair.
Fugi's standards are like not quite as high as Ant's, so it's like a little bit less stressful to film with him. So it's really fun. But I definitely have like way harder tricks whenever Ant's filming, for sure.
There you go, Ant. You're a stressful dick to work with, but you help him produce the goods.
Most of that shit, I swear, like a lot of the stuff in Ants, I'm the guy who takes the hour or hour and a half to do the trick. Like some of those tricks took a very, very long time.
That's not really that surprising because some of them are really fidgety and awkward and have like multiple levels to them. So of course they're going to take ages. That does not come as a surprise to me at all.
Yeah, you can see how fucking terribly sweaty I am in the very last that backslide up to wall ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was rough.
And I do love how you incorporate that into I love how you managed to incorporate wall rides into tricks that should not have wall rides coming out of them.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to 270 onto this rail so I can't actually see the wall, but then I'm going to hit the wall at the end just because I know it's there. I can't see it, but I can feel for it with my feet. And you're like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but...
Or in the Bloom promo, the alley-oop porn to wall ride. Who wall rides out of an alley-oop porn star?
The rewind wall ride to Fakey, yeah.
No.
I wanted to do that for so long. Every time we went, I got kicked out, but finally got it. Got kicked out right after
that. I saw that and I was like, this is witchcraft. How's he? Okay, right. Fine.
Yeah. That was funny. Cody and I joked about how every single trick was like into a wall ride or into a bank or into this. Like there's every single trick. It's kind of like
everyone has their call-on card in skating. Everyone has their thing. That's your thing.
I guess it is. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that. Plus, you stomp the shit out of them. I'm surprised you don't break some walls with how hard you don't wall ride walls. You try. It feels like you try to go through them. But yeah, like you get some people that like skiff them and kick them, and then you get people that like stomp against. You're a stomper. You stomp against the wall.
Got to get both feet on there and push off.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's no question about that whatsoever. All right, okay. So we've got 3 sections so far this year.
Yeah.
Then we're going to get you up there, right? So you just need to come out with another 3 sections next year. That's it. That's the
goal. 4 next year, and then we'll just keep going, adding every year.
Or just an epic 10-minute long section. You need to pull a Leon Humphreys devotion style, just like. This is the best of what I can do section.
I'd love to do that. That'd be cool, except for like holding that much footage for however long it takes. It would drive me insane.
Well, if you're that productive, you can smash it out in like 4 months.
There you go, yeah. Or if I'm with Fugi and he doesn't make me do ridiculously hard stuff, then I can smash it a little faster.
Yeah. Show me all the walls. Show me. Take me to your walls.
And I don't think there's anything else. I hope everybody, gets to see ends and that it gets some good whatever reviews or something.
Everyone I see has been like raving about. Like everyone I've spoken to who's seen it as well has been like people have been messaging me, being like, "Have you checked this?" And I'm like, I bought it as soon as it was released. Of course I have, but yeah,
that's good.
I don't know. And normally you see people talking shit online about videos when they come out. Like there's usually
that's good too. I'm down for that. I've heard a little bit of shit talk about it already, but I don't know.
What are people saying, and what's their name and address?
Yeah. No. I'm not gonna.
I'll find them. Even the guys that I didn't expect to have sections, like I didn't know I'm going to butcher his name. Timon?
Yeah, Timonu. Yeah, he goes by TK, but yeah.
Yeah, even I was surprised. Like I didn't expect him to have a full part, and then he did. I was like, man, stuff in it was legit.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that only does like most of the time. He only does stuff that's like a stunt. He's a stunt guy.
But yeah. If you haven't checked out Ends, check it out. I'm pretty sure it's $15. It's well worth the money. It's like 40 minutes long, 45 minutes long, something like that.
45?
Yeah. Proper full-length video. Yeah, check it out.
buy my damn book too.
Buy Mick's damn book, because he needs to pay for materials for this band.
I very much do, yeah. I put all my eggs in one basket on this one, so I'm like kind of stuck until I finish the stamp band.
Yeah, we've got a cost of living crisis on the horizon. We need financial stability here. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Right. On that note, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Thanks for taking the time to do it. And yeah, can't wait to see what you do next. If Foogie's try to earn some extra money and once you've got this section put together, let me know, and we could make it a Wheel Scene exclusive.
Wow, look at that.
If that doesn't get him blacklisted by Ian Walker, which it might do.
It might, right? Oh yeah, isn't there beef somewhere there?
He's clearly decided he doesn't like. It's not on my end. Let's put it that way. I think he makes great videos, but yeah, clearly I've offended him somewhere along the lines with the numerous dumb shit that comes out of my mouth. So
yeah. Oh well, it's all good.
Right. Enjoy your weekend,
dude. Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Swag.